experience one of the deepest, darkest, and most desperate moments of David's life. Though he is in a cave, literally hiding to some extent, a cave that is wet or moist, a cave that is dark, a cave that is most uncomfortable, David is still able to lift his voice in praise. I will bless the Lord at all times. His praise shall continually be in my mouth. And David is also able to encourage others to join him in praising God, though they're in similar circumstances. In verse 3 he says, "Oh, magnify the Lord with me, and let us, as a church, yes, as a group, let us exalt his name together." How could David respond to God with such a worshipful attitude in the face of his present circumstances? Many of us, we run God like that. And we forget about church. I mean, don't want nobody tell me nothing about no God. I mean, don't want nobody invite me on church. I mean, done with church people and all kind of thing. That's how trivial we get sometimes. But David was able to maintain a worshipful attitude. He wasn't going to curse God and die. He wasn't going to backslide and then justify it by saying it's because of what Saul did or because of what the Philistine Abimelech Achish did. No, David was still able to maintain his worshipful character. It was his experience with God that emboldened his character, developed into a character of worship, one that says no matter what is happening around him, God is worthy to be praised. I will bless the Lord at all times. His praises shall continually be in my mouth. Not some of the times, not when things are going my way. David says, all times. Brothers and sisters, it is this assurance that can allow one to say, even today, with the songwriter, there are many who would have done this song, John Starnes, Larson and others. I've been through enough to know that he will be enough for me. He's come through too many times, and that puts my mind at ease for good. And I'll stake my very life that he's gonna take care of me, cause I've been through enough to know that he will be enough for me. Those words sound strange. Anybody know that song? You've heard that song before. I've been through enough to know that he will be enough for me. He's come through too many times. That puts my mind at ease for good. And I'll stake my very life that he's gonna take care of me. 'Cause I've been through enough to know that he will be enough for me. And in my spirit, I'm led to do it one more time for somebody else. For I've been through enough to know that he will be enough for me. He's come through too many times that put my mind at ease for good. And I'll stake my very life that He's gonna take care of me. 'Cause I've been through enough to know that He will be enough for me. I hear you saying, do it one more time, Pastor. Oh, I've been through enough to know that He will be enough for me. He's come through too many times, and that put my mind at ease for good. And I'll stake my very life that He's gonna come through for me. 'Cause I've been through enough to know that He will be enough for me. 'Cause I've been through. 'Cause I've been through enough to know that He will be enough for me. Brothers and sisters, you can only sing this song when you feel your character of worship building. When you are able to look back at where you're coming from, look at where you could have been and where the Lord has brought you from to today, then you can sing this song with assurance. And like David, be able to stand and offer your praise irrespective of what is happening around you. David had this assurance in God. So David, as we examine the text, says, I sought the Lord, for He has reason. He knows exactly why He's doing this. He said, I sought the Lord, and He heard me and delivered me from all my fears. David's testimony, brothers and sisters, is still powerful today. He looked to God in loving trust. God heard him and responded by delivering him from all his fears. The fear of Saul, who was still hunting him down. The fear of the Philistine Abimelech, who still wanted to kill him. And all his personal fears. He says, they looked to him and were radiant, and their faces were not ashamed. I want you to notice, brothers and sisters, that David moves from I to they, indicating that his experience was not an isolated experience. It is not something that happened to David alone, but it is something that many others have known. Many others would come to know that what it is to set their focus on their loving God and to trust in Him and to receive help from Him. Looking to God, my brothers and sisters, will keep our heads and our hearts steady when going through deep waters and some rough situations. Just a few Sundays ago, we were singing, Turn Your Eyes on Jesus. Look full in His wonderful face. Then the things of this world will go strange to Him in the light of His glory and grace. David looked to God. Those around him, they looked to God, and their faces, they were radiant, and their faces were not ashamed. This radiance that David points to suggests the idea of one drawing light from God's own glory. The Apostle Paul further explains this radiance in 2 Corinthians 3 and verse 18. He says, but we all, with unveiled face, beholding as in a mirror the glory of the Lord, are being what? Transformed into the same image from glory to glory, just as by the Spirit of the Lord. The radiance of God is what shines on his people when they look to him. The radiance